Hey, what's going on? So, I had this video idea, and it was kind of something that was floating in my mind. And I was talking to a couple of friends of mine, and it has to do with streaming and doing let's play videos, like with your video games and stuff like that. And at the time of me recording this video, it's like what, March 22nd at 12:09 a.m. I'm intending on doing some more live streaming of Assassin's Creed Shadows. But I was thinking, when you're streaming an open world game like an Assassin's Creed, like a Dragon Age or a Witcher 3 or some any kind of open world game, sometimes I be in my own head and I'm thinking, am I talking too much? Am I talking too little? Do I focus on the main quests? Do I focus on the side quests? Am I doing too much exploration? And I'm thinking about all of these things as I'm playing the game, and I just don't know what will resonate with the viewer. I mean, you can argue and say that about long form YouTube videos as well, but speaking specifically about live stream content and those let's plays, which to my understanding, it's just you playing the game like you normally would offline, and you're adding some commentary and then you upload it as a series, as opposed to a live stream where you're playing it live and you're giving your, I don't know, your thoughts in real time. So I look at different YouTube creators that are far larger than my channel, and I look to see, okay, how they're titling the video. Is it part of a series? How long was their stream for? So I'm looking at all of this data that I'm collecting to kind of give me a better idea. And I have an idea, I have a feeling that maybe even you that's watching this video might be thinking the same thing, because as creators, I think some of us, some more than others, are in our own head a little too much, and I'm guilty of this. Not so much with like this, like a regular video, but if I'm on live stream and I'm playing a game, like I say, do I, let's say for Assassin's Creed Shadows, my style of play is stealth. So my primary character that I'm going to be using and focusing on is going to be Naue and the stealth approach. Will many viewers find that approach boring? Me creeping in the shadows and highlighting the enemies and then waiting for this guard to go from the right side of the screen to the left side and then take him out. Is that going to be boring for some people? Probably. Whereas I could just go in sword swinging and just dispatch everybody. But for me personally, that's not my play style. My play style has always been, if there is a stealth approach, I'm going to take it. I'm going to go guns blazing if that is the only option left. So I guess people that come to my streams, that I'm playing an open world type of game, that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. And I say that ultimately to say this, that if you are struggling on how you should approach your live streaming or your let's play games, my suggestion, and this is something I'm going to take for myself, is just do what you're going to do anyway. There was a very good Reddit post, and I'm not really on Reddit often, but when I'm Google searching certain things, it'll show me some Reddit options. So I read this one particular thread, and it was about a 3-year-old thread. Well, the comment was about 3 years old, might have been six actually. Um, and so the guy was essentially saying, when you are playing a video game, you're pretty much playing it by yourself anyway. Like you're playing it alone, unless you have somebody in your apartment watching you, whether it's a girlfriend or whatever. If you're by yourself, you're playing the game by yourself. So the guy went on to say, if you're live streaming or you're let's playing, you know, you shouldn't be too focused on or concerned on who is watching you play. Because if this was a game that you enjoy playing, chances are you would have been playing by yourself anyway. Like nobody would have been really watching you. So I kind of understood where he was coming from with this, because sometimes I'm looking at I'll look at my stream. I'm like, okay, I got one person watching, or two people, three people. Let me try to do something to keep them around. And I'm like, I'm in doing that, I might end up tainting how I really am as a player, as a streamer, by trying to appeal to somebody that may end up leaving no matter what. So I think it really just comes down to, if you're going to play something, play it how you're going to play it. If you're going to play a particular game that may not be popular to many people, who cares? If you enjoy the game, just play the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of people criticizes this game called Avowed. It's on Xbox. I still haven't played this game yet. But fuck it. There's people that enjoy the game. There's people that enjoy a Dragon Age Veilguard. I've made several videos about that game, and how the mental illness aspects of the game kind of destroyed the franchise commercially. But there are aspects of the game that I personally enjoy. I mean, so what somebody doesn't like, you might like. What you don't like, somebody else might like. So I think that's really what it comes down to. At least I think so. And I also know that when you're like making YouTube content, you know, even like what I'm doing right now, obviously I'm not going off of a script. This is just me sharing my thoughts. And for a long time, I was wrestling with this, where I want to come off on camera a certain way, because now I'm doing YouTube with the intent to grow my audience, to grow my channel, and so on and so forth, right? And, I think focusing so much on that can take away from your own greatness, your own individuality, on what makes you you. Sometimes I think, again, we get in our own heads, and it prevents us from really delivering who we really are on camera. And I guess, as I'm talking about all this, I feel like a lot of this, I'm pretty much saying this to myself, because I have a lot of those thoughts. I'm definitely no stranger to being on camera. I don't fear the camera. But at the same time, it's like I have large plans that I want to see come to fruition. And, I have to keep reminding myself that, I am by definition a very small channel. I have over 300 subscribers, which I appreciate everybody that's tuned in and support me. But compared to, some of these other monstrous channels, it's like I'm a little fish in a pond. So trying to come up with the thumbnails, coming up with titles, descriptions, yeah, it can get kind of frustrating, and I do the best I can. I don't have the best equipment, per se. But, I think as a creator, when you're starting, you just do the best you can. And I think adding more and more pressure on yourself on what game should I stream? Will people watch it? Should I make a YouTube channel? Should I not make a channel? All of these thoughts, I feel, just prevent you from even trying. And the one thing I do know for an absolute fact is, I think it's an old saying: the shots you don't take, you will always miss. And I always like that, because if you were to take a shot, there's a chance you might score. There is a chance. But if you don't take the shot, nothing's gonna happen. And it's the same thing in life. Same thing with, whether you want to talk to a pretty girl, or if you want to start a YouTube channel, look for a job. If you don't do nothing, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get nothing. So I do feel and I know I'm getting off on a tangent here, but I think it's all related. If you want to stream an open world game, for instance, going back to the original point, and you now have the open world available to you, and now it's like, okay, well, what do I do first? Instead of focusing on what the stream wants to see, do what you're going to do. Now, I will say, if you do have an active stream, which I don't because I'm very new to this whole streaming aspect, so I'm lucky if I even have 2 or 3 people in my stream, let alone anybody talking. But if somebody in the chat, if they're asking questions, or if they're saying, hey, why don't you go to this place? Why not? I'll do that. But if they're just lurking, then don't be afraid to just do you. And I think that's very important, because I like to think, if I'm thinking about these issues, I'm sure somebody else out there is thinking the same thing. So that's the reason why I wanted to make this video and kind of speak on this. Just kind of give my own rant, my own impressions on this, because there's so many ways you can kind of go about the live streaming thing. I've seen people do multiple segments. I've seen people complete the game from start to finish, and they'll have like 50 different episodes, or however way they divvy it up. And I think you just have to figure out what works for you. Just like I'm still figuring out what works for me. So far, if you're watching this video, you can see I have an overlay, right? That's something I created. I'm very proud of that. Will it evolve over time? Sure. But when it comes to like having your own branding, just something that identifies you, I would suggest, if you're trying to do YouTube, Twitch, or whatever long term with the intent to grow, I do feel it is good for you to come up with, a name, an overlay, something that makes you stand out. And I feel like I've done that for myself. I'm pretty proud of my overlay here. You can kind of leave me your comments or mockery if you wish. But when it comes to content now, what do you do? What do you say? What thumbnail? Like, I feel all of that, just do the best you can and just focus on having fun, especially when you're doing the live streams and stuff and such like that. So I don't know what else I wanna talk about here, but I guess, yeah, just kind of doubling down on that. Like, for instance, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I love the game. It's not without its issues, of course, but I can see myself making content on this game for a long time. And like, I can give you examples. I haven't done so yet because I haven't gone through enough of the game. But, once I get a couple more hours under my belt and I have a better feel of the game, I will make a side video, or should I say a long form video, talking about my initial impressions, what I liked, what I didn't like. That's a video. I can make a video on just Naue and her, the way she moves, her attacks, her abilities. I can make a video about her. I can make a video about Yasuke. I could talk about the exploration. So there's, I can then make videos on going into like a fort or a castle and just aggro everybody and just see if I can defeat everybody. Or I can make another video, where I'm sneaking through this one particular section, and if I get spotted, I reset the game. Like, so just, and I'm sharing those examples with you if you're a content creator, that these are some things that you can do. And, so that's how I see playing this game for me. Now, maybe you may not like Assassin's Creed Shadows, but I feel you can take a similar approach to any open world game. Maybe you want to just focus on your thoughts of the character, your thoughts on the story. See if you can complete your own personal challenges. I think that's a great way to do it. And I'm just hoping that there's something in this video that helped. And if it helped you, please leave me a comment and, subscribe to the channel. Help me out. I'm trying to grow. But I really hope that this channel, or should I say, not the channel, misspoke. hence the I'm not being scripted right now. I have so many thoughts on my mind right now. But just I hope that this video helped somebody, because I know it is so frustrating to figure out what game you want to stream, how you want to stream it. Are you talking too much, talking too little? It circles back around to the beginning of this video, and because I was thinking about all these thoughts, I would say that if you have absolutely nobody watching your stream outside of yourself, because you can watch your own stream, I would say just kind of don't talk during the cutscenes. And I feel like if you can comment on like maybe the character like that's what I would do. I would comment on, oh, I like how the character moves, the character's attack animations look cool, or I don't like what I see. And just kind of like, instead of like, oh, I'm gonna walk through this door and open this treasure chest, and at this point I'm gonna cut down this enemy. I feel like talking about your intention, like, okay, after this, I'm gonna go over here. Oh, there might be something in here. Let me go have a look. Oh, maybe I should go to this question mark, or maybe I should focus on here. Let's see what, like, kind of pose the question to yourself. It's almost like you are talking to yourself. And so I think that that's a solid approach to start. And so hopefully, I don't know, that this was kind of like an impromptu video. I'm about to, after I finish, you know what, actually, I think I'm going to focus on editing this video later. And I'm just going to go right into setting up my stream and just do it over. Because if you go to my channel, the first live stream I have for Assassin's Creed, I didn't really like the sound. It sounded really tinny because I was using my webcam, and this time I brought my microphone into the room, and so hopefully the audio is a little bit better. And I think I have less of an echo in my bedroom than I have in the living room. But yeah, so anyway, let me get out of here. Anyway, talk about being your true, authentic self. Well, here it is right here. So I'm just chilling in the bed, relaxing. Got my damn red controller, red everything, red microphone, red OBS overlay, everything. So I'm about to get up into this Assassin's Creed Shadows and play the game how I want to. And if anybody comes and shows up on stream, I guess they will. If they don't, I like to believe that everybody, and in fact, let me leave off with this. I believe that there is a market for everything. I believe there's a market and an audience for everything. And I do feel that if you are having struggles finding your audience, getting people to your live streams, or people subscribing to your channel, all that cool stuff, I believe that if you are putting your best foot forward, you're being your authentic true self, you're doing good tags and descriptions, like you're doing all the stuff you need to do as best as you can to have your video have the best chance to be discovered. I do feel that somewhere out there in the YouTube universe, there are people that will be a part of your community. It's just that maybe your content has not reached them yet. That's how I look at it. Because to be perfectly honest, I've seen channels, and I don't want to mention no names. I don't want no YouTube beef. And maybe they're just doing how they do things. But I've seen channels where I'm like, how the hell this guy has 50,000 subscribers? I'm saying this in my mind. I'm being honest. But hey, he's doing something that obviously is working for him. So you have to do what works for you. Now, you might be wondering, well, what the hell is that? It's hard to say. I just think the best point of reference or the best starting point is just to be who you are in your normal everyday life. If you are boring in real life, fine. If you're sarcastic, if you're an asshole in real life, then be an asshole on YouTube. There are people out there that like it. Me, I'm a very I'm definitely not monotone. I'm no like, okay, in this episode. No, no. A deep voice, yes. Monotoned, no. I do like to learn. I do like to go deep on certain topics. I do appreciate the finer things in games. Like, say, for instance, with Assassin's Creed, I really do enjoy the facial animations. I enjoy the attack animations. I enjoy the little finer details that another person will just overlook. But so I feel like for me, I can hone in on that and apply it to my own content and how I deliver things on camera. And I feel if you do the same thing, that in time you will have growth. Some people grow faster than others, you know what I'm saying? So maybe you, if you're a slow grower on the platform, it could just be that your content, again, has not reached the people that would receive it and want to watch it, you know. So I think I don't know, I'm kind of going on and on in this video, but I think I'm gonna title this video my a rant or some my opinion or something, because there's so much I can say here. There's a couple of good gems in here, I think, but I think if you are a creator, I feel this video will matter more to you. If you're just a YouTube consumer, it's probably not very exciting for you, and I don't even expect people to even see this part because I'm 21 minutes into this video. I'm pretty sure, you know, YouTube retention, somebody probably dipped out like 30 seconds at the 30-second mark. But if you are here still watching me right now at this point in the video, I'm going to assume that you're either one of my friends in real life or and doing me the favor, or you're a content creator and you're just looking for some insight, and I'm hoping I'm providing that. But yeah, man, I just feel like just stay true to yourself. Keep uploading, keep streaming. If nobody's watching you, who gives a shit, right? Like, at the end of the day, somebody out there you're gonna resonate with. That's what I believe. Like, for me, like I said earlier, I may be playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, and the only thing I'm pretty much doing is I'm going through the land and I'm doing side quests for like hours. There might be somebody that will literally tune into my channel and watch that. You know, I just haven't come across, you know, many of those people yet, but I do know that they're out there. 100%. You know, anytime you have I've seen these videos of like, they're like 20-hour videos of somebody playing a single player game, whether like God of War Ragnarok, you know, and they're literally sitting there the whole time watching this guy play the game. So I know that those people exist. It's just I probably have not come across many of them to help further build my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel from a live streaming let's play standpoint. But I feel that they're out there, and I think that they're out there for you too, you know. But if you stop and you quit, nobody's gonna find you, and I think I should probably leave off with that. So anyway, this is Red. Peace.